What if the very thing keeping you stuck isn't the market? It's not your competition and it's not your skills. But what if it's simple mistakes that are quietly draining your potential and stopping you from growing and scaling your company to the next level? In today's episode, I'm revealing 6 key mistakes that might be keeping you from scaling your business to that next level. And trust me, you don't want to miss mistake number 6. It's a game changer for how you think about spending in your business. Let's get started. Welcome back to the Road to Seven with Sheila Cummins. I am your host, Sheila Cummins, and today we are going to be navigating the twists and turns of entrepreneurship. And if you're a woman entrepreneur who is growing and scaling your business, then this is your space to get inspired, to take away some actionable strategies, and to step fully into that CEO role that you were born to hold. Today, we're talking about the sneaky mistakes that might be keeping you stuck right where you are. Because let's face it, scaling isn't just about hustle and doing more. It's about strategy. And sometimes we're so focused on the wrong things that we are missing the biggest opportunities sitting right in front of us. So if you're ready to step up, scale up, and stop tripping over pennies to get to the dollars, then this is the episode for you. So let's break it down. Mistake number one. I see this time and time and time again. It's the foundation of your very business. It's your offer. And one of the biggest mistakes that I see women making is giving up on their offer too soon. Picture this. You launch a coaching program for women, maybe transitioning careers in midlife. You promote it a few times, you offer it a couple times, but the response is underwhelming. But you know in your heart that anybody who goes through the program is going to have a life-changing experience for the better. However, instead of adjusting the messaging or the delivery or the process, you abandon the offer completely, leaving all of those people who need what you do high and dry. Does it sound familiar? You see, the real money in helping you go from the growth phase of your business is refining your program, your product, or your services by adjusting the messaging, restructuring the delivery, making it irresistible to your ideal clients, and making it so that it is life-changing and revolutionary. But you see, great offers aren't born overnight. They're crafted, they're molded, they're tested, and we need to stick with it until it shines. Stop giving up before you're creating recurring revenue with your offer. It's going to take you more than a month. It's going to take a couple months. Now, the danger is in doing the same thing again and again and again and not getting the same results. If you're not getting the results that you want by making your offers, by launching, by telling people about what you do, then it doesn't mean it's the offer that's wrong. What it means is there's something in the process, be it the positioning, the brand promise, the messaging, the marketing, the sales process. And every time we try it, we need to just shift a little bit of a something until we get it right. You'll know you get it right when you have a continual flow of clients coming in to your programs, your products, buying your products or using your services so that you have created enough revenue to be able to pay yourself a living wage. Stop throwing your offers out before you give them the fair chance. The second thing that I see time and time again is women are not letting go of things that are not in your genius. And the reason has a couple of the other mistakes embedded in it. So let me talk about the big issue and then we can start looking at why, because the why are also the mistakes that people are making. You do not have to run a business that's massive, that has a ton of employees. You are absolutely able to run a lean, tight ship in order to grow and expand your business. It can look like whatever you want it to look like. But when you are always trying to do everything in your business, and you think that a lean business means that you're the one and only that runs it, then you are 100% standing in your way of being able to grow. If you if you're spending hours on Canva designing graphics, this is one of the things that I was guilty of. I can spend hours on Canva using the templates, trying to make something look good, trying to emulate what somebody else has, but with my colors, my photos. And I'm going to tell you, it just never looks right. So then you go back and you do it again. Next thing you know, there's half a morning lost to trying to create one simple graphic to put out on wherever you need it to go out, whatever social you want to use it for. Graphic design is not my genius. I know what I want it to look like. I just don't know how to get it there. And so if I spend hours designing on Canva or designing on some other platform to be able to create this one simple graphic, I'm taking time away from the activities in my company that are actually going to earn me revenue. Things like client calls, things like reach outs, things like conversations, things like delivery. And so when you are trying to save money by doing all the things yourself, you're actually spending way more money than you need to because you're spending your time. And you and I both know that time is your most precious asset. And so why are we not bringing people in? Why are we not looking at our business as a machine that requires different people to run it with you just doing the things that are your genius? Well, it's usually because we don't feel like we have the money in our business to be able to make these either strategic hires or strategic investments in software that will let us automate, delegate, or outsource so we can become more efficient. And so why do we not have the money? Well, that's mistake number 3 is too many women are undercharging for their products and their programs and their services. And I think that you set your rates too low because you want to be accessible to more people. And I understand the logic. You want more people to be able to work with you so you can help more. Listen, you are heart centric. You are all about impact. You are leading with your empathy. And that's one of the things that makes you such a beautiful entrepreneur is you're all about the results. But if you're trying to help people who can't pay for what you do and can't pay a rate that's going to enable you to stay in business, you're going to end up helping nobody. And I'm not asking you to charge extravagant numbers. I'm just asking you to be in alignment with market value and market rates. Just start there. When you don't understand the costs of running your business, it's really tricky to price your programs or your offers. We think all we have to factor in is what we want to get paid. But that is just a small portion of what what the price of your program or product or service is going to cover. You've got to be covering your operating costs, the costs of running your business. We probably need to have a budget for a team. We need to be able to pay you a salary. Plus, we're going to need to be able to pay the government because they're going to come calling for their taxes. And at some point, it would be amazing to have profit left over at the end of the month so that you can grow. And when you're charging the least amount possible because you think you're doing the world a service and be doing them a favor, you are actually going to prevent them from being able to experience you because you will not be able to stay in business. And so when we can price in a way that is market rate or a little bit higher or just a tiny bit under, though I never encourage you to do it, then we can start saying, wow, now I've got a little bit of money left over. I can hire this person to take this off of my plate, which will then enable me to do more of these revenue generating activities. And so a price is not just a price, but a price is everything because it is a business cost. You think you're pricing and trying to value your worth. You cannot put a price in what you're worth. Friends, you are priceless. But what you sell has a value. It's a perceived market value. And that is the starting point for how we price what you're selling. So if you never have enough money left over, it's most likely that you are not charging properly for what it is that you do. Which brings me to mistake number 4, which is, why are we not charging the right price? Well, for one, we don't understand the cost of doing business. Number 2, we are not fully aligned with the value that we bring. What does that mean? It means that you don't fully believe that you can bring and deliver results. And you know what? I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it shows. Because you're going to hesitate selling the high ticket offer, because deep down, there's a part of you that's unsure if you can deliver the results that you're promising. So instead, you push lower tier offers like ebooks and mini courses, which are going to have a place for sure, but are not going to get people the results that you want to be known for. So how do we find that alignment with your value? Quite frankly, we got to go looking for it. We've got to be talking to your people. Ask them the impact of your work. Ask them how things have changed for them. Ask them what's working really well and what they think could be a little bit different or feeling tricky. When you go and feed yourself the right information, then you can start building up your own belief and your own trust in you. And I'm sure I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again because it's very worthwhile for you to hear. An imposter is not going to get imposter syndrome. An imposter's not going to feel imposter syndrome. So if you feel like you don't belong where you're playing, or you feel like maybe you're overshooting a little bit, or maybe you're not totally right in alignment with the value that you're bringing, you're not going to be able to charge what you want. You're not going to put the time into honing your offer, and you're going to be leaving all of the people who need you high and dry. You are doing them a disservice. So let's start celebrating and finding the evidence that supports your value. When you can operate from that place of confidence and conviction, you are naturally going to be attracting more of the right clients. Which brings me to the next mistake that I see women making is, why are they not being seen by more of the right people? Well, let's call it what it is. You're hiding. You have an incredible offer, but you tell yourself that you can't show up and be sharing about it until your website's perfect, or until you have the most beautiful opt-in, or until you've got brand new photos. Meanwhile, you're remaining invisible to the very clients who need you. So your job is to show up. Your job is to speak up and speak out. Your job is to be seen and get in front of the people who you can help. That's going to take you being in full alignment with your value. And when you're charging properly, you will have a subset of your budget that's going to be allocated to your marketing so that you can get in front of more people, be it on a stage, on a podcast, through socials, through your email list, through conversations, through networking events, doesn't matter where it is. But if you're not sticking with your offer to earn the revenue that you need, and you're not charging the right price, and you're not in full alignment with your value, and you're trying to do all the things, so you're hiding doing busy work instead of the work that's going to get you clients, you can see how this is all scaffolded and built on each other. So today is the day, and you're the one to show up, speak out, reach out to someone, follow up with someone, be heard, and take up space, because you are very worthy of it. And then I'm going to talk about the 6th one. And it might be a little bit controversial and it might rub you the wrong way, but I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't call it out. I see women every day tripping over pennies trying to get to the dollars. Maybe you're refusing to invest in a coach, even though you know you need one. Or you skip paying for the software that could automate all of your workflows, opting instead to do it yourself and spending hours and hours and hours. You're not willing to pay for softwares to help automate and make your business more efficient because it costs money. That is a mindset that is holding you hostage. Running your company costs money. Business growth is going to cost money. It's one of the reasons we started here at the Road to Seven, a fund that provides capital for women that are at scale. There is inevitably going to become a point at some point in your business journey where you're going to need to make a strategic investment in your growth before that revenue is made for you. That's risk. That's a part of the journey. That is just a part of the entrepreneurial label. And so when you're tripping over the pennies, trying to save every little $3 here, $30 there, and not looking at the bigger picture, then you are going to stay stuck. That mindset is going to keep you small. Spending strategically is a part of scaling. We have to have that allocated within our budget. When you invest where it matters, that's where your returns multiply and you're going to see some exponential growth. So if you've been holding back from investing in tools, training, or people, this is your sign. Stop tripping over those pennies. The dollars are coming when you are making the right moves and taking the right action. So let's recap. If you want to break free from where you are right now and stop tripping over pennies, then number one, let's hone your offer. Number two, let's let go of tasks that are not in your genius. Number three, let's charge your worth and align with your value so you can stop hiding and you can invest where it matters the most. Your next level is waiting, and I'm here to help you get there. I'm all for it and I'm all in. If this episode resonated with you at all, I'd be so honored if you could share it with another woman entrepreneur who might need to hear these lessons. And of course, if you want more of these strategies that are going to help you scale, grow, and thrive this year, then please don't forget to subscribe. We release a podcast once every week, and they're always full of goodness. So until next time, I'm Sheila Cummins. It is an honor to be with you on your road to seven. And I'm curious which of these mistakes you're going to call out in you and you're going to make a shift, and I'd love to hear about it. Until next week, we'll talk again.